It's a big find in Newport News. An archaeological crew at the city farm has found remnants of Warwicktown.
That is what Newport News used to be years ago. 13 News Now reporter Nico Clemens has the story.
Before Newport News,
this was the town of Warwicktown.
There's tons of history in Newport News. You can find quite a bit of it at the old city farm property. Archaeologists are trying to find remnants of what was called historic Warwicktown.
We will learn how the people back then lived.
Warwicktown was one of the first port towns established by England in the 1680s to handle traffic and trade. The town only lasted about 130 years. Claire Murphy is with the City of Newport News' Historic Services.
Our focus here is Warwicktown.
Murphy says in the 80s and 90s, archaeologists did early shovel tests, searching for artifacts from that time period. When the city farm closed in 2015, archaeologists had the opportunity to come in and do a full-scale study.
This is just the next step.
Murphy says they found quite a bit already that indicates we're standing on an old town.
We have got a site over here. There are some strong indications that that is the courthouse.
And an old well.
And a well would have been the center of a town.
And this is just the beginning to uncovering the history of Newport News. In Newport News, I'm Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.